What's going on, guys? Shameen here once again. Today I wanted to talk about um, exercising your personal agency and exercising your willpower. This is something that I think briefly came up on the podcast interview I did with CJ or some on Twitter. His name is Some More. But anyways, we were talking and I brought up how I can't stand it when people complain about things that they have the ability to change. It's one of my pet peeves, and it's something that I really try not to do in my own life. Basically, if there's something in your life that you're unhappy about or that you want to change, then change it. Like, for example, you have people that are tired of, not being at the weight they want to be at, but then they don't actually take any steps to correct it. Or people that are not happy at their job, but they won't try to change jobs at all. Or people that are unhappy with, where they live, they want to move somewhere else, but they do nothing to actually facilitate that. You're a human being. You have willpower. You can actually exercise your willpower to accomplish things, to accomplish change, to accomplish your goals, to do the things you need to do. You're not like a helpless bystander in your life. You need to actively take hold of your life and take control of your life and change the things that you want to change, or at least make an effort to do so. Otherwise, you probably should just be quiet, because why are people complaining about things that they have the ability to change? Now, if you can't change it, that's one thing. But a lot of times people say they can't do something when in reality, they won't do something. Everybody has a level of personal agency to where they can do certain things. They can think for themselves and they can take actions to influence their life. Children are pretty much the only people that don't really have true personal agency, because they're not really a legal adult. They're not developed. Like, it's okay for a child to be this way, but if you're a grown adult, you need to take over and take control of your life and do the things that you need to do. There's no reason that you should be looking at different areas in your life and feeling so powerless. We all have a certain level of comprehension and personal ability to where we can make certain decisions for ourselves. The thing that you first need to do is actually make a choice. Your personal agency and being able to exercise your willpower first starts with the choice that you make in your own head, which goes back to the fact that your mindset is really everything, because it starts in the mind. You have to make a decision first before you are able to go carry something out. Like, for example, when I first got in the gym and I got into bodybuilding, I already made a choice to do that. I made a conscious decision and I followed through with that decision with actual action and changed behavior. And I was able to kind of reach a lot of my fitness goals and really become good at weightlifting and weight training over the years, though it started with a choice. After I made that first initial decision, I started working out more consistently. I bought a book on bodybuilding. What was the book? Starting Strength. God, I can't remember. I think it's Mark Ripito who does that book. It's like one of the old school strength training books. For some of you guys that are in the fitness world, you probably know what I'm talking about. But when I was like 19 years old, I think I was 19 or 20, I decided to really get serious about weightlifting, and I made the decision in my head. I bought that book, Starting Strength. I started applying it to my life. I started learning how to do all the exercises, doing everything with correct form and all that. I basically taught myself how to lift by doing that. But that's just an example of something that I did in my life that, I decided to make a change, and it started off with that conscious decision in my head. Once you make that conscious decision, that's like the switch. You know, your intentions are very important when it comes to exercising your willpower. You have to want it first, you know, and then of course you follow through with the action. So this is where a lot of people struggle. They want something, but then they don't want to work for it. Or they'll talk about, oh, I want to do this, or I don't like this. But then if you give them a way to actually change that or remedy that, all of a sudden then there's more excuses on how they can't do it or why they can't do it for whatever reason. So after you make the conscious decision, it has to actually be followed up by concrete, tangible actions behind it. So when I didn't like my job, I got a license to do another job, and I quit my job and I applied for new positions, and eventually I got another job. It was as simple as that. I had already made the conscious decision of what I was going to do, and I followed through on it. A lot of people aren't willing to really follow through on it, and I think that comes down to they didn't really actually make a strong decision to begin with. Because when you really decide something, like, you know the difference between when you're kind of wishy-washy about something and when you're definitive about something. Like, you know the difference of when you know you're bullshitting and when you know that you'll die before you don't let this thing happen. There's certain choices and decisions that we make where we know as human beings, like, yeah, no matter what, this is going to happen. I'm going to get this done. And then there's other things, unfortunately, to where we're like, this might happen, this might not. We kind of already have maybe pre-planned excuses. So that's another thing, is you need to make a choice with conviction and stand behind it. And then if you have conviction, you'll figure out a way to make it happen. If you don't, your conviction is weak, most likely. Like, if you want it bad enough, you will go and get it. You'll figure out a way. Especially for some of these things that are not necessarily crazy or outside of the realm of possibility. You know, when it comes to things like job goals or income goals, saving goals, or maybe you want to move cities or something. Those things might not necessarily be easy, but they're not impossible either. They're certainly not complicated. Most things in life, I feel like, are pretty simple, even though they might not be easy. I think we kind of lie to ourselves about how complicated something really is because we know that we don't want to put in the work. So that's my thing. If you're one of these people in life who complains about things that you can change, you need to stop that, because you're never going to be fulfilled and happy and satisfied if you're constantly making excuses or complaining. Stop underestimating your level of willpower and your level of personal agency. If you're a grown-ass adult, you have personal agency to take control of your life. I don't care what about your childhood. I don't care about your old teachers, your old friends, your aunts, uncles, cousins, parents, whoever that you want to blame for anything. If you're above the age of 18, you need to start thinking for yourself, and you need to look within and recognize the fact that the only person responsible for your life is you, and that you have the power to make the changes necessary in your life. So that's just my video for today. Hopefully that made sense. I just wanted to hopefully inspire some people or wake up some people to take accountability for their lives and understand, like, they're not just watching a movie or something, or being a spectator in this life. Like, you're supposed to be the hero of the movie. You're supposed to be the main character. So you need to actually, do something to move the story along. Don't just accept wherever you're at. You have personal agency to take this thing anywhere you want to take it. It's up to you, though, to not only make that decision, but to act on it. So that's all I have for today. Definitely please support my channel, like and subscribe. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel going a little more. So until next time, y'all have a good one.